This is our electricity meter, and today Octopus Energy are coming to swap that for a new smart meter, and I'm unreasonably excited about it. Okay, so I just thought I'd go through the reasons why I've gone with Octopus, because I don't think I've mentioned Octopus before, perhaps once in a video very briefly. So why I went with Octopus and why I'm getting a smart meter. So firstly, I used to be with Bulb, and Bulb were really good, but I was on a tariff where they could, a kind of a smart tariff, where they could see my usage for off-peak, peak and overnight, and I used to charge on overnight, and then they stopped doing that, and I'm not sure why, but possibly across the industry they stopped offering that kind of thing with the old meter that I used to have. So I changed from Bulb to Octopus because it worked out cheaper. But ever since I joined Octopus, I wanted to get onto Octopus Agile, and Octopus Agile is their very, very cool tariff that they have. Agile allows you to actually get paid sometimes to charge your electric car, or to use any electricity, in fact. And they do this by tracking the wholesale price of energy. And they do it so granularly that I believe it's like every half an hour or something like that. So once you've got the Agile tariff all set up and working, then it's a case of just using the electricity. So two ways you can go about doing that with an electric car. First is by using scheduled charging. And that's what I do already in the e-Niro. Because it's usually, on most tariffs, it's cheaper charging during the night. With Agile, it changes all the way through the night, as you can see from the screenshot I'll put up here. You can sometimes it dips down really low in the middle of the night. So to take advantage of Agile's very low rates during the middle of the night, you can set scheduled charging in your car. In the e-Niro, it's a case of going to charge management here, and then going to scheduled charging, and then you can choose the time here. So this is actually set to the previous, that's when I was with Bulb, that was the previous sort of overnight rate. So 11 PM to 7 in the morning. So during that time, the energy was cheaper. So let's say Agile, maybe you look at the app and it says that it's going to be good from 2 in the morning. Well, you would set it like that. So like 2 to 4, for instance, maybe that bit would be cheaper. So you've got to do it manually. If I'm with Octopus Go, then that is from 12:30 to 4:30, I think. Yeah. And so that's how you would do it. And then you just go to OK. And then that gives you that message. And then that's done, and if that's ticked, then in theory it should work. The one other thing to do is, of course, to change your charging limit. At the moment I've got this set to 100 for some reason, not quite sure why. So let's set that to 80. Electric car batteries are the same as the batteries in iPhones and laptops and things like that, and it doesn't actually like getting charged up to 100% all the time. So generally better to set your charging limit to 80%, and don't let it go up to 100% too often. What we tend to do is we charge to 100% before we're going on a long journey, and we don't do that very often, so that's fine. In fact, I think it's actually good for the battery to be charged to 100% now and again, but generally set it to 80% all the time. So to take advantage of Agile in the cleverest way, you can get a wall box called Ohme, and that's got a little clever box of tricks on it that is intelligent enough to charge just when it's cheap enough. Or you can change it in the app to just charge when it's renewable, when the energy is renewable. So that's really cool. Now, a new wall box is quite expensive, and we've already got one. But you can get an Ohme charging lead to replace this one, and that's about £200 getting it from Octopus. I'm not going to go on Agile to begin with. I'm going to go with Go. That's their kind of EV tariff, and again, it's very good. It's very cheap. That's 5p per kilowatt hour between midnight and 4:30 AM. So that's 5p per kilowatt hour. And I'll flash up on screen what it is for the rest of the time, because I can't remember. Well, it depends. Okay. For me, in my area, it's 14.4p per kilowatt hour for the rest of the day. So Agile, a lot of people on Twitter have told me that Agile is much cheaper and I should just probably go straight to Agile, but I'm going to try Go and I'm going to see how it goes. So to do this, I needed a smart meter. The previous meter I had was kind of smart, but it wasn't smart enough. So I've been on the Octopus Tracker tariff, and Tracker is similar to Agile in that it tracks the wholesale prices, but it does it across a day. It doesn't do it as granularly as Agile does. So I needed a smart meter. Octopus, I wanted to do this earlier in the year, but then lockdown happened. Octopus got in contact with me and said, do you want to rebook? Yes, I did. And then the engineer came, and he was absolutely fantastic. I don't think I've ever had an engineer coming from any company that's been as good as he was. He was very respectful, being locked down and everything. I was wearing a mask and shoe coverings, wiped down everything. And he was absolutely brilliant. Okay, so the Octopus engineer is now gone. They were about 3 hours here. They had to do quite a lot because they've got to do the electricity meter and they did the gas meter as well. And they tidied things up a little bit. The electrician we had here previously was not very good, so they had to fix a few bits. My only complaint was that he was driving a diesel van, but apparently, according to Greg Jackson, he's the CEO of Octopus, they're going to start using electric vans, so that's fantastic. I've got no complaints at all. Octopus have been fantastic. Something that was a little surprise to me, I wasn't expecting it, was I got this little energy monitor from Octopus as well. And this is really good. So you can have this plugged, you've got to have it plugged in because the battery on it lasts only really a few hours. But this tells you what your energy usage is at any point during the day, both for gas and electricity. So if I click here, it tells me the electricity cost per hour is 1 pence, and I'm currently using 102 watts. If you turn on the kettle, then you watch that go all the way up there into the red. And I haven't actually charged the car yet, but I bet that probably goes right up there. So if I press that, it tells me the gas. So far we've used 25 pence today. And then you can find out your weekly usage. Of course, I haven't actually had this a week yet, so it's not a massive amount. And so far this month, £1.77 for me. And then now what happens is that the gas takes 30 minutes to get to here. There is a smart meter on the gas as well that they've installed, and it takes 30 minutes to update. On the electricity, it's far quicker than that. So you find that the electricity, if something, if you turn the oven on or the kettle, you'll find that this updates very quickly, like just within a few seconds. And so that's it really. It's a cool little thing to see just how much energy you're using at any given time. So what I think is great about smart meters is it makes us smarter really. We can look at that little smart monitor and we can see, well, look, we're using far too much electricity at the moment that we don't need to use. We can turn off lights in rooms and all that kind of thing, and because it is quite addictive, it's sort of gamification in a way, because it does turn it into a game that you just wanted to get it. You wanted to get it as low as possible and pay as less as possible, because we all want to pay less for electricity and gas, and that's what this smart meter allows us to do. Really, it's a brilliant thing. So if you haven't already, do try and get a smart meter. So what happens is that once you get the smart meters installed by Octopus, then you can change over to whatever tariff you want. So like I said, I will go with Go for a week or a week or so, and then I'll see how that is. And that's as simple as just going on their website, going to the Go tariff page, and then just signing up through there. So what I'll do is I'll do an update after I've been on Go for a little while. I'll do an update and then move on to Agile perhaps and see how that is. But for the moment, if you do want to join Octopus, you can get £50 off, and I'll get £50 off as well if you use the referral code. And I highly recommend them because they're fantastic. Okay, well, it's just a short video, this one, but thank you very much for watching. And the elephant in the room, of course, is my mini stroke. Thank you very much for everyone, all the comments and everything that I've been getting. So if you don't know, yes, I had a mini stroke, and that left me feeling a little bit ill and everything, and what it's left me actually is with a superpower. So I don't feel any pain or temperature in my arm, in my right arm. So I need to think of a superhero name. was thinking asbestos boy or something like that, but that doesn't sound very nice, does it? But anyway, let's see how long that lasts. But other than that, I'm absolutely fine. Thank you very much for all your concern. And yeah, it's been, again, I've been talking about this on Twitter a lot, but really the EV community cannot be beaten. You're full of amazing people all around the world, and thank you so much. All right, that's it for this video then. As I said, a bit short, but I'll do an update very soon. Do subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you very much for all my subscribers. It makes a big difference. And yes, there is another Tesla Model 3 video coming soon once I edit, which again is taking ages. All right, thanks a lot, and bye for now.
No, with a nice smile.